All right, a South African woman that's living in Dubai, Ntombela-Montalvo, is at the airport in the United Arab Emirates. This is, of course, we've seen some of the strikes there at that particular airport, as the 10th day of the war has seen the Gulf states face the brunt of Iranian missiles. Tony joins us this evening to talk about the very latest. Tony, good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time. Describe for us what the situation is like in Dubai.
Good evening, Bongiwe. Everything in Dubai is a bit calm. I was in South Africa for 2 weeks. I landed here on Friday. Obviously, I was panicking because my family was here and I thought the worst is happening. I landed softly on Friday, and yesterday I decided to book my flight back to South Africa because the school's system decided to move the school holidays earlier. So the kids in Dubai are actually on holidays now for 2 weeks. So the reason I'm coming back home is because we are now on holidays, the school holidays. That's why we're coming back home tonight. I managed to book the flight yesterday around about 12 o'clock p.m. And I'm flying now. I'm with my family at the airport. It's smooth, it's quiet. It's not what I thought it was based on what I was seeing on the internet when I was in South Africa. Security, it's from the distance, it looks like it's huge, it's the war, but I think the government is doing the best. It's tough. And another thing is people might see on the social media that is, the malls are quiet. It's not because I think of whatever is happening, but during this time, it's during Ramadan time. Usually it's quiet during the day. And I was grateful to find my family safe.
Yeah, and Tony, let's talk about the moment then when your family was there and there was that strike. There were a number of people that were quite worried about what was happening. You were here. Let's talk about what they described for you was happening at the time.
When I called my friends who were here and I was back in South Africa, people were panicking, you know, because they could hear strikes and thinking the worst will happen. I think the most thing that is stressed my family was the warnings that you get on your phone. So the whole house, when you have the cell phone, you get the alert to say, find a shelter, be safe, stay away from the public and all that. But the beep itself just makes everyone panic. And everyone doesn't know what's happening, but at the end, nothing happens besides what we hear from far. And it feels like COVID times where we have to stay safe. And I think at some point, people just realize that they're safe, they trust the system. I came back on Friday. Yesterday, on Saturday, I was out. I went to the mall. I had dinner with my family. I was walking in the mall. It's just quiet.
Yeah.
You get the beeps, and my 60-year-old daughter was saying, "It's okay, Mom. Nothing is going to happen."
And there is a concern that was raised by one South African who has now come back home, who was in Dubai, who was saying that, you know, the government here that is in South Africa doesn't seem to have a plan in place to try and assist some of the citizens who are in Dubai currently working. Are you finding that that is indeed the case, and how much desperation is there to come back home?
Honestly, I'm in probably 6 South African groups on WhatsApp, and most of the South Africans who are staying, they choose to stay. If I didn't have kids, and if my kids were not on holidays, I'll be here.
So you have been able to get support? Have you been able to get support from both the government where you are and South Africa? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, there's fully access. We can call the consulate. They're communicating with us. They alert us. I honestly, I haven't heard of someone in all these groups, probably 9 groups or 6 groups. No one has panicked that they want to come back to South Africa. South Africans that are here, working here, they're here because they still want to be here. And even the flight, I flight with Emirates, I literally booked my flight 12 p.m. yesterday. And I'm here at the airport now, I think it's almost 10, and I'm out.
You are coming back home at a time, though, that is, pardon me, you're coming back home at a time that is uncertain. You say that the schools are closed for 2 weeks. It may not be that maybe it is 2 weeks. How worried are you, though, that this may extend beyond 2 weeks and the situation back home might be a concern?
I'm actually, okay, so I think they think for us, what's happening now, the holidays were supposed to be probably in 2 weeks to come. But I think the government here understands that we're going through this, and it was better for them to move it back, to have the school holidays now, so that people can go and travel and not to be in this situation where, they're worried and the kids are stuck and all that. But if something happens, if it doesn't happen, we're still okay. If the situation gets worse, it's a war. I'm born in the 80s. I don't know the war. I think even back in South Africa, people from the 76 can explain what the war is. People are freaking out. We're freaking out because most of the people are young and we don't understand what it is. But you look at how they addressing and solving the problem, it's amazing. And to say South African government was supposed to rescue us, no, it was not that dramatic as you see on TV.
All right.
There's a lot of South Africans who are fine to be here, and those who leave are families who have children and their holidays. I've got close friends. My other friend who's back, Ntombela-Montalvo, we've got same kids at the same age. She booked the ticket day before. She's in South Africa now. And it's not as it looks.
All right. Tony, thank you so much for your time and safe flight there. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Tony Ntombela-Montalvo, they're live for us at the Dubai airport. They're making her way back home. She says it's school holidays. And of course, this as the uncertainties around the situation in the Middle East continues.